Okay, so this is an exercise called The Truth About Myself Is. Oftentimes, we're distracted with what is going on externally, with what's happening outside of ourselves, and we really need to direct that attention inward. You may be feeling uncomfortable, you may be feeling uneasy, you may be feeling great, but you don't really understand why you may be feeling not so great, or really understand yourself even at your best. This is just an exercise to really get you to be able to explore who it is that you are so you can really know yourself, to see if change is necessary or to stand on firm footing with who it is that you are. But this exercise will help us to get to know ourselves. So if you have a piece of paper, here is what I would like you to do. I would like you to be able to just write down 5 columns. Just make 5 columns, right? And then down here at the bottom is going to be your action plan. Now, I'm going to explain this. Sometimes we are busy doing journaling, sometimes we are busy reflecting, but we get into a routine of doing the same thing every time. So this just gives you another way in order to be able to go in and really do that self-reflection, or have just a different journal prompt just to be able to spice things up a little bit. So this first one is called How Do I Feel About Myself? And you're just going to go in and you're going to write down how it is that you feel about yourself. So one of the examples is you may feel ugly, you may feel fat, you may feel tired, you may feel lazy, you may feel a certain way about yourself, and we have to be able to figure out why that is. But we can't figure out what we can do to change what it is that we're feeling, so that we can actually feel better and experience a greater life, until we actually do the deep dive of really discovering and exposing the truth about ourselves and facing it. So this might be hard to do, but what do you feel about yourself? Begin just going to town and listing those things out. The next column is going to be, do I want to feel this way? Why or why not? You have to really come to grips with the fact that you don't like feeling this way. And this will show you that this is the reason for your discomfort. This is the reason for your dis-ease. This is the reason why you don't feel good in everyday life, because you don't like the way how you feel and you don't want to feel that way. Facing that truth does a lot in and of itself. Now, why or why not? You could put, I don't like showing up small, hiding, feeling insecure. And now I see that I do that, and I do that because of this reason. Now I'm starting to understand a little bit more about myself. To go a little further in this next column, you could put the 5 W's on the origin of this feeling. And this could be anything, right? Where did this feeling start? It started in my house when I was 5 years old. My dad told me that I would never be pretty and I would never get a man, and he said it was because I was ugly. It may have been that he just didn't think that I was pretty or was trying to make me feel bad, but he did it by insulting me. Because I want to understand this. I want to just not go here, but I really want to understand moving forward. Why? Where did this start? Where did this come from? To really be able to navigate the fullness of why I'm feeling this way. So we go a little further, and it's the next column, why I feel this way. You can feel this way even though all this happened, and you could say it started here, but it's confirmed here. I feel this way maybe because I feel fat, maybe because I hate my hair and I have bad teeth and all of these things. Now, this is just an example, this ain't how I feel about myself, y'all, okay? But it's the first thing that I can come up with. But all of these things are reasons that may confirm why you feel this way. Let's just start speaking truth. The thing that that we want to do here is we want to be able to say out loud and face these things that we've tried to cover up. And the reason why we've never had change in these areas and we continue to feel negatively about ourselves is because we don't do that deep dive in telling ourselves the truth. So now we get to what steps can I take to change the way how I feel? Well, if I feel fat, I can exercise and eat right. If I hate my hair, I can do things to repair my hair. If I have bad teeth, I can go to the dentist. So now what we're doing is we're coming up with ways in which we have to now or which we can address this. We just navigated all of this because you may say, I don't want to do all this. I don't want to go there. But see, we have to face the past. The past has utility. Also, our current reality has utility. But we don't face the negative in the past and the negative in our present reality just to stay in it. We do it so that we can move through it. The problem is many people go to visit their past or focus on the negative in their reality and they just stay there. They don't make any progress. They don't make any movement. They just wallow and sit in this, making them feel worse and more depressed. But when we decide to do the work to actually move through this and progress with the ultimate goal of being able to come up with an action plan so that we no longer feel this way anymore, then we could actually get to a place where we are experiencing progress. So now that I have the steps that I can take, I can now create an action plan. So this first one, right, is that I feel ugly. So if you do, look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's supposed to be gym. Y'all know what that is. But go to the gym 3 times a week because you got to make it more specific. We know we have these SMART goals, right? These specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-oriented. So we got to make sure that we get more specific about our goals, not just exercise and eat right, but an action plan. It shows what you're actually going to do. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to eat whole foods and I'm going to drink water only. I am going to trim my hair, develop new, come on y'all, help me, hair routine. Try a new hairstyle each week, right? Because I said I have my bad teeth. Okay, I'm going to make a dentist appointment to see what can be done to correct teeth, right? And you can see the reason why we're doing all of this work. Why are we doing all of this work? It's because this affects how we show up in life. This affects how we interact in relationships with other people. This right here affects how we approach our different tasking, our different goals, our day, just our day, right? This affects everything. So if I don't get to the root of what's going on, then I won't understand why I am living a life that I don't like, or a life that I feel uncomfortable with, or why I'm unhappy, or why I'm not satisfied and not fulfilled. I gotta face the truth about myself, just not to sit in it and wallow and be negative, but so that I can move through it and be able to truly find a way to be able to live my best life ever, right? Which is going to take some sweat equity. It's going to take some work. It's going to take me more than just thinking about it. I have to actually have an actionable plan so I can see real change in my life in this process. We're not going to do this alone. We're going to invite the Holy Spirit in so that we can be able to ask the Holy Spirit to reveal to us the very truth about ourselves. Take time with this. Think about this. Reflect on it and let the Holy Spirit help you.